to Orangeline. I'm Tiffany Brown.
And I'm Alex Scove. To start the show off, we have a story about the FYE leaders and some changes that may shock you. Zack Rockey has more.
Baker University is in tough economic times. Not only is it hurting the university itself, it's also hurting some students as well. This will be the first time that the first-year experienced student leaders will not be getting paid because the school cannot afford it.
That there were some financial difficulties which were the result of a lot of different things, and of course we had the staff layoffs that happened back in February. And so after that point, I mean, I knew that they were still kind of struggling with the budget and trying to get things together in a way that made everything balanced, but no one had really mentioned the idea of, you know, student work money or stipends for FY leaders being retracted. And so we went forward as usual with the interview and selection process for the group of student leaders for next fall. The interviews were at the end of March on the 30th and 31st, and so then we made our selections. And so it was the weekend of Good Friday, which was April the 10th, that I got the email from the dean saying that unfortunately they were going to have to pull back the $1,000 stipends that had normally gone along with those positions. So
since the students will not be getting paid, this has made some of the leaders reconsider the job.
I personally was one of them that was reconsidering not doing it now, just because I need the financial help throughout the school year. I was going to do it in place of athletic training for next year, so that was going to be my moneymaker, I guess.
Even though the students will not be getting their $1,000 stipend, there has been talk about paying students an hourly wage and giving them upper-level credit hours.
We're going to be able to pay the student leaders an hourly wage for their contact hours in the class. So there are 28 hours in the semester. And so that's not nearly as much as the $1,000 stipend, but at least it's a little something. And we're also going to be pursuing changing the credit hours that are associated with it. Right now, we had the LS 290 course, which was a 1 credit hour pass no credit class, and just yesterday I went to EPC, the Educational Programs and Curriculum Committee, with a proposal to turn it to a 400 level class and for it to be 2 credit hours and graded A through F.
The FYE student leader is an important job in that it gives incoming freshmen someone older to talk to and help out with the transition of the college life.
They're important just because they have the know on the campus instead of the instructors. Like, they can help out with certain experiences that the instructors might not know about, and just help the students in a friendly way where they can be closer to the students and relate better to them than instructors and professors.
Even though students may not be making as much money, faculty thinks that student leaders will still bring a positive attitude while working hard.
Well, I'm hoping it doesn't have any negative effects. I suppose you could make the argument that it may dampen morale, although everyone that I've talked to a lot of these folks in person, obviously, and they all seem like they're still really enthusiastic about the program. They're just disappointed that the stipend isn't there. So, but I mean, they still seem fully dedicated to the role and really excited to be doing it. So I don't think that they're going to go into it with a bad attitude or anything, or that the freshmen are going to be somehow negatively impacted.
There are 14 positions that need to be filled, and it may be hard to fill these vacancies if students are not getting paid. Reporting for KNBU-TV, I'm Zack Rockey.
Thanks, Zack.
For our first in-studio interview, Jessica Mulvaney sat down with Justine Greve.
Thanks, guys. I'm now joined in studio by Justine Greve, the Fulbright Scholarship Award winner of the 2009-2010 school year. Congratulations, first of all.
Thanks.
So the last Baker student to win the award was in 1966. So basically, how did you hear about the award and what made you want to apply?
Well, I heard about it when I was in Germany. I was studying abroad in Heidelberg last semester, or last spring, I guess, and one of the directors of the program there told me about it and suggested that I might be interested. And so I thought it would be a good way to go back to Germany and practice the language again, and also get some experience teaching to see if that was something that I liked and would want to go into.
So is education your major?
No, I'm not majoring in education,
Oh, you're
but
not?
I've thought before that, it might be something that I'd like to do, so.
Yeah. What qualifications do you have to apply for the Fulbright Scholarship?
Basically just, I'm not sure how much German knowledge, like a decent understanding of German, and a bachelor's degree. And that's pretty much it. They look for, language experience and like qualifications that would probably make you a good teacher or classroom assistant. But in terms of qualifications, basically German and a bachelor's degree.
All right. So once you applied, what do you have to go through to be considered? And is there a top number? Do they choose the top 10 people? What do you?
I don't know what the numbers are. The application process started with applications to the office in New York, I think, where the Fulbright is based. And so I applied to that and submitted an essay and resume and recommendation letters and that sort of thing. And then I got on to the next step, which is through the office in Germany. And so then I had to submit kind of the same materials again, but in German, and apply through that organization. And so then I made that cut, and I'm not sure how many people are awarded the scholarship, but yeah.
So now that you've won, you'll go over to Germany, and what exactly will you be doing?
I'll be a teaching assistant in an English classroom in a high school there. So probably helping the teacher teach the students about American culture and maybe British culture as well. And just giving them a perspective from someone who's a native speaker and who lives in an English-speaking country.
That's really interesting. And you're there for an entire year, correct?
Yeah, the school year, so it's 10 months.
And you're a senior and you graduate, so you're entering the real world.
Yeah.
What are your goals once you're over in Germany?
Well, in Germany, I'd like to get involved in the community if I can. I'd like to do some tutoring maybe on the side of kids that need help as a way to earn money and get involved and stuff. And I'm hoping that I can play in an orchestra there.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, if they have a city orchestra or something. And also, I want to learn a second foreign language because I think it'd be interesting and a good way to become the student again and get that perspective kind of. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
Sounds really fun. Where do you stay and stuff while you're there?
I'll have to get an apartment. I don't know what city I'm going to yet.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I don't know. I have to find my own housing somewhere.
That sounds exciting. I'm jealous. After all this is completed, what are your future plans, once this is done?
I don't really know yet. Maybe grad school, because, I've thought about becoming a professor, so that would require some more school.
Yeah.
Or maybe I might take another year and do AmeriCorps or something. That's another thing I was thinking about for this year. So, I might put that off and do that later.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. That sounds really interesting, and congratulations again. And stay tuned. We're going to take a quick commercial break.